Well, hello, the Mackham Cabby here. It's still a Sunday and it's 10 to 8. So, I mean, I've mentioned this before, but it's starting to leak out further that Sunderland A.F.C is up for sale. 75 million, I'm being told. Like I say, I've mentioned this before. I've known stuff like this that's been like bubbling up for, to be honest with you, quite a few number of weeks. All the things are just basically adding up. The fact, like, why he's not spent any money, because he ain't got any. The fact that I keep hearing over the last few weeks that KLD's mother is, a business has gone down the Swanee. Something's gone on, a business has gone down the Swanee, losing millions or billions or whatever it is. She's in trouble with doing this and trouble with doing that. Something to do with that side of things, but because she's the mothership of KLD, that he's had his assets frozen, he's not able to get to that money. It's just a right mess. They've been doing a lot of naughty stuff, apparently so. And like I said before, when he first came to the club, we all had our high hopes that, you know, multi-millionaire. Well, we were excited, this and that and the other. But especially not spending money. Do you know what I mean? The sale of Ross Stewart, we never seen a penny of that. Who did we get with the sale of Ross Stewart? Not a thing. The fact that he's just constantly cutting corners with money, constantly the cheap options all the time. So just this camera, I'm not actually driving anywhere, I'm sitting in my taxi because anyway, the constant cutting corners, the constant signing kids we've never heard of, not breaking the bank, the constant getting yes men to not manage the club but to coach the club. And as soon as a coach speaks up, the likes of Tony Mowbray, speaking up the fact like, well, where's the funds, what's going on, where's the money, this and that and the other, touch a nerve, away you go out the door. Because KLD does not want people to know that the business is knackered. They're knackered. He's got no money. He doesn't want it leaked out. That's why press conferences have been cut short in the past when there's a question being asked by one of the reporters about where's the funds, where's the spending, where's these big players coming in. Why aren't you, when you're going to splash the cash and get us some experienced players? Mysteriously, the streams just disappear offline, the press conferences, and then they come back on again with Speakman gone, and all of a sudden it's whoever was, I think it was Beale in charge, or whoever the coach was. It's just straight onto him. It's just being cut short. The Sunderland Echo, apparently, they've been told they're not allowed to report or mention anything about funds or cash problems or out like that. And that's why we're constantly getting yes men. Coaches like Beale, who's going to come in, who possibly is being told what's going on, but you do as I say sort of thing. You know what I mean? You're going to be my sort of scapegoat to keep the attention off myself. You know, Beale came in, he took the crap for weeks and weeks and weeks. While we were focusing on Bale, we weren't focused on KLD as much. And that's what he was wanting. But you can't run away forever. You cannot hide. These things raise to the surface. These things raise to the surface. Raise the ugly heads. You can't get away from it. The fact that they carry on with the Black Cats bar. You know, KLD's wanting to get as much money back from this club before he buggers off, basically. And the fact, like, I'm hearing that the Black Cats bar was loaned out to not just Newcastle fans, but it was the corporate side of Newcastle or whatever, and tickets were getting sold to 3,000 to 5,000 a shot as a cash grab to get some money coming into the club. Now they were the fans. He just wanted some of the money coming in. You know, and that's why though he was wanting to give extra tickets to the Newcastle fans. He was just wanting to get as much money coming in as possible. And then of course we got, you know, when Tony Mowbray went, Pritchard knew what was going on. He's jumped ship as well. And look at all the injuries, look at all the sick notes getting announced. You know, the players are not daft. They know what's going on. They are so unsettled. They don't know what the hell is going on with their future. It's a right mess. They just don't want to play. Every time there's something unsettling with the owners or the rumours that the club's about to go for sale, it upsets all the players. Of course it does. I mean, look how drastically our form, how much it's fallen. We've gone from talking about playoffs to fighting relegation. We've gone from playing superb, sharp, crisp, exciting football to absolute sheer dross, watching paint dry. I'm sitting watching the matches, and when I'm doing my streams, I'm falling asleep. More and more and more empty seats, but they're still saying 40-odd thousand. There's not one good thing at the moment, and it's the simple fact, it's beginning to all surface now, that KLD is going to sell, and he's going to go. Like I say, I've had my sources, and I'm not talking HP and Daddies, but at least 2 or 3 months ago, I was hearing news of this, with people messaging me and talking to me, and I've even had 2-hour conversations on the phones with people that's telling me all this behind the scenes, what's going on, what is about to happen. I was being told about the club will just fall, the form will fall, the results will just start to catastrophically go wrong. And I was getting told this by, I won't mention names, when some people were phoning us or messaging us. I was told this, and look what it is, it's happening. And the fact that there's this absolutely terrifying silence from the owners also says it as well. Do you know what I mean? When the club is in an absolute mess, and KLD, Speakman, where the hell are you? They don't want us to know it's all gone tits up. But you can't hide these things. You can't hide these things. The Sunderland fans, they'll find out, and they are beginning to find out what's going on. I just want them gone. I just want them gone. And I don't want to sound like a Geordie saying, oh, Ashley this and Ashley that, but I just want an owner to come in that knows the crack about the only way you're going to get up the football pyramid is to spend money. As harsh as it is, that is the only way you're going to progress up the leagues, is to spend money. The fact that Sunderland are just constantly missing out on players, Broadhead, Nathan Broadhead, they've gone to Ipswich, he's banging them in for fun. Look how high flying they are. Yaman Villa, it's like he's wanting to come to Sunderland. We couldn't even land him. Any sort of higher spec player, KLD and that just don't want to know. He's just not interested in. We should have been pulling out all the stops to get Diallo. Couldn't be asked. We should have just. I mean, the amount of money we were chucking out. I know it's different owners then, Stuart Donald and Salmon Pants, but the amount of money we chucked out on Will Gregg. Do you know what I mean? We should have been tripling that up, quadrupling it to make sure we landed that gem, that Diallo. We should have tried, at least tried to do something. But no. Another transfer window came January and it was just the same, wasn't it? It was just the same. Kids we've never heard of. 19, 20, 21-year-old, 18-year-old. We've never heard of. The likes of Nazri Rusin. Who, yes, he works hard, but it seems he kind of hit a barn door with a teaspoon. He's a striker and he's not putting the ball in the net enough. It's just the ego. The players that they've brought in, you know, some of them a sort of little glimmer of hopes, but let's be honest with you, the majority they've brought in, if not all of them, they're not up to it. They're not up to it. But anyway, I don't want to be going off a tangent talking about the players. All the other Sunderland YouTubers are now saying the same thing about KLD, and the club's going to be up for sale. Like I say, I've known it up here for months. There was a video I've put up here a few weeks I've put back. But all the telltale signs are there. And we need mugs of Sunderland fans. Do you know what I mean? Please sell up and gone. Because Sunderland fans, man, they're spending all the money they earn and just about following this club. Taking the kids, the family, to watch the club they love. Passing it on to the kids, the grandbairns. It ain't cheap taking a family to a football match. But the likes of KLD and all that, you don't give an absolute crap. They're not bothered. We're just getting nothing in return. Is any wonder why there's no atmosphere at the stadium? Like, because they're sick, they're tired, and they're done in, they've had enough. Is any wonder why there's more and more empty seats at the stadium? Is any wonder why when you put polls and surveys and asking how's Sunderland going to do today against QPR, nearly 300 or 400 odd people who were put on my poll, and about 70% says defeat. They're just shot to bits. They've totally lost hope. And I just hope that we've got a glimmer of hope in KLD PISSES off with his dinky donut Speakman with him. Do you know what I mean? And but all the telltale signs there. It started off as a spark, turned into a little flame, and it's starting to spread now into a log fire. And it's getting bigger and bigger by the second. And before we know it, the whole city will be on fire. So it's only a matter of time, KLD, before he comes out and announces what's going on. And if you're not selling, now's the time to sit down, right, do your press conference and address the fans and tell us what is going on. If you're going to stay or whatever, tell us what your plans are. Tell us why you haven't been spending the money. Tell us why we're stale, why our season's gone backwards. We want to know. You're not giving us money, we're giving you our money. Whether it be maybe turning up to games, paying for streams on the internet or your TV, or from the littlest things, buying programs, you can go on and on and on and on. We're giving you our money. The fans need an answer. What is going on? But me and millions of other fans around the world, we just want them here. If you're selling up, you know, we hope the rumours are true. Just go, because we want someone who's going to come in and give the fans what they deserve. and let this sleeping giant wake up and let this club belong where it needs to be, back in the Premier League with the big boys, because we're big boy ourselves, instead of being like the laughing stock. And so there we go. It's not just me saying it now, it's all over the place. I say, Kildare, you can't hide forever, mate. You can't hide forever. So we just hope it's... just come out and tell us what's going on. Well, most of us, I sort of know what's going on. And it's getting... the word's spreading now that more and more folk are beginning to cotton on as well. See that 5 or 10 second silence I just did there? I was like that watching the QPR game for literally the whole of the 90 minutes. Because there was nothing to get excited about. There was nothing that got me off the seat, and there was nothing to raise my eyelids. And that's also evidence that there's something about to happen behind the scenes, or there's something going on behind the scenes that the players all know. I don't want to be going round in circles anyway. I'm off to get the band's like settled now for bed. Bath time. They've got school tomorrow. I've got work tomorrow. So there we go. Let us know in your comments below. We'll have a good debate about this. I'll reply to every single one of you, because you know I always do. Love yous all for supporting my channel. Take care. Have a lovely Sunday night, folks. Watch this space.